Bitcoin has somewhat stabilised. We had a bit of a pullback yesterday, couple of grand, but honestly, in the greater scheme of things, when you have like 10 grand moves in back to back, 10 grand down, 10 grand up, a 2 grand move back down isn't the end of the world. It has somewhat stabilised. That's good. That's what we wanted. In this video, I'm going to share my screen, go through the charts, and talk about the targets that I'm looking at and what levels Bitcoin would need to break through for me to start getting bullish again. Just quickly, I'm Harvinder. I've been in Bitcoin since 2015 and making these video updates since 2022. So if you're new here, subscribe, smash that like button on the way in, and let's get into it. Okay, so Bitcoin, well, I guess quick spoiler alert. This is what I think's likely to play out. We are going to get some kind of bounce. How high? No one knows. I mean, there's a couple of targets. There's this level here, this 74k level, and there's also this level here. And it really kind of depends on, like it never used to. Like Bitcoin didn't really depend on the rest of the economy so much, but because it's was more of a mature asset, when the US markets, if they rally, if they drop, then it does affect Bitcoin. And so the good thing is that everything closed on a bit of a high, not all-time highs for everything, but I think the Dow Jones, that was at all-time highs. NASDAQ, that has pulled back somewhat. S&P 500, even a Russell, so everything's looking generally good. Gold and silver have kind of stabilized, and I'd like to say that they have topped out over here, and they're probably going to start making their way back down again. So we've had the blow off top, hopefully, with gold and silver, and the reason why I say hopefully is because I'm a crypto guy and I want crypto to pump. And if gold and silver's pumping, then it's less likely that crypto is going to pump. And so they are printing more money. The last couple of candles have been positive, and so we want this to really just continue to go up. Is it going to go up like COVID? Probably not, but as long as it keeps going up and this kind of follows this trend, that's good. Because in the last few years, they pulled money out of the system, and even when it did that, Bitcoin still grew. So that should show you that it is a decent asset to hold, and that's why a lot of businesses, a lot of banks, and these big institutions are accumulating. And so yeah, I would say the scary part is over for now. I mean, is it going to go straight back up? It really does depend. But these are the levels that I'm watching. I mean, a good bounce level would probably be, this 74k mark, where we do have a bit of a retrace, and that'll be normal. Because we've got to look at, what happened in the past when Bitcoin crashed. Let's look at the 2018 run. We had like a nasty drop. It kind of recovered, and then it continued to go down. Is that going to happen? No one knows. This has been a very strange cycle. Many things have happened that have never happened before. I want to go back onto this chart just to show you a few things. Well, I think the 10 grand moves in one day thing isn't that important because I remember in 2017, 2018, people were talking about, oh my God, Bitcoin's going up $1,000 a day. And so, like, one of the things that I haven't done, and it's probably harder to show it in this chart because it's maybe it's a bit too messy. So let's pull up a cleaner chart. There is this as well. But let's just look at this one. Like this 3-year run, this 3-year uptrend, that has never really happened before in Bitcoin. And so when people talk about how, we're just going to be in a bear market now and things are just going to continue to, go lower and lower over the next year or so, I don't think it will. I think, Bitcoin has changed so much, it's not going to do what it did before because we didn't have a blow off top. We had a nice steady run because when you look at different charts, I mean, I'll show you my friend's chart, this one here. Like this is using statistics and regression analysis. It's a bit more complicated than your normal TA. But, it kind of follows a line of best fit, but it's calculating it using statistical analysis rather than just trend lines. And I probably need to update this a bit. I think it's on the wrong chart. All right, let me try on the Bitcoin USD, the crypto one. No, I need to talk to him. He needs to redraw this line. But anyway, the point is, there is that law of diminishing returns. We've had the crazy part. And now it's going to continue to go up, but I think these crazy blow-off tops are just not going to happen anymore. It's going to be more of a sustained rise, and I really do think we're at the lows. I'd be very surprised if we, go much lower than we have, because as time goes on, this is going to go up and up and up. So even if if it crashes now, it's very unlikely to go below 54, 55k, and as you go further and further in time, that line just continues to go up. So the low is going to get higher and higher, if that makes sense. And so yeah, I'm not too concerned. I think this crash is probably due, and from a technical analysis point of view, it was obvious. These big trend lines, they broke when a 3-year support trend line breaks. That means something, and just like when a long-term resistance line breaks, that means something as well. Now, I would say the most accurate chart is this one here. This is just on the regular chart, not the log chart. It takes the 2017 high, 2021 high, and even the more recent highs. And so someone asked me the other day how high I think Bitcoin will go in the next run. I'm really going to be just following this trend line, and this will probably be my barometer, if you like. So that means in 2028, the highest it will likely go is 155k. And so, yeah, Bitcoin will pump again. It's going to take some time before it starts getting to the higher numbers. And again, trend lines only work until they stop working. And this does show £1 million Bitcoin at some point, but it's very far into the future. Let's find it. Actually, it doesn't even show. It goes off the chart. And a lot of people will be going short when it hits this again, because it's a trend line that's been in place for nearly like a good 9 years now. And so yeah, that's the answer to my question. How high do I think Bitcoin will go on the next blow-off top? It will be around about 135k. And at some point it will break, and then this trend line will no longer be valid. But for now, I'd say it's a pretty decent trend line to keep an eye on. Yeah, this is an interesting chart. See, this support and resistance line. See, this is how, it's good to just keep lines. This is the total market cap. So this is a great place for a bounce. And it did. And so, yeah, I think the worst is over for now. I don't think we're going to go straight back up in a straight line, but, that craziness of a couple of days ago, I think is over for now. And I just want to repeat what I've been saying for a long time now. If price crashes like the other day worry you, then you shouldn't be investing in Bitcoin. Because if you shouldn't be investing full stop, because the stock market crashes as well. You need to, if you're going to be investing, you need to be investing for the long term. And that means putting money away and letting it compound over years, not just months. Alright, if you like this stuff, I'll make these type of video updates pretty much every day. I'm Harvinder. Thanks for watching. Subscribe if you like this stuff, and I'll see you in tomorrow's video.